not all planners are created equal. And so it really depends on the right format that's going to enhance your productivity. Hello, beautiful peeps of YouTube, and welcome. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat, and you're watching Planning Calm. And here in this channel, I love to share with you all the many ways I can help you plan your way to calm and plan a calmer life. Now, I want to dive in and get started here because I know you're busy. I know your time is precious and I don't want to take a lot of your time up. I want to talk today about preparing for the 2025 planner season. Here in this channel, I like to talk about planning, organization, and calm living. And, part of having a calm life and a calm lifestyle is making sure you're planned and ready for the year ahead. So I want to talk today a little bit about how we can prepare for that busy 2025 planner season so that we can have the best experience we can. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to think about and consider as we are coming into the end of 2024 and moving into the beginning of 2025 is kind of reflecting on the year that has passed. So really thinking about your planner needs and what planners that you had this year, what worked for you, what didn't work, and so on. And I think a lot of times we kind of forget that because we are so kind of inundated by different planners, different products, different influencers, different sellers, different everything, and we kind of lose track of kind of what we want in the process and taking into consideration our own life. And I've made videos about this, everything from FOMO and my planner fails for 2024. So if you're interested, I'll have those videos linked down below as well. But when it comes to reflecting, you really want to review your current planner system. So take a look at it, whether you are a paper planner, a digital planner, whether you have a certain planner style or planner system that you have been using this past year. I love notebook planning, so taking a look at that to see if it works. Maybe you're a bullet journaler, and have like a bullet journal that you are using. Maybe taking a look at that to see if it's fitting your needs. Regardless of the fact, reflect on your planning needs for the year, this past year, and decide if it's working for you. And if it's not working for you, maybe you need to consider changing things up a little bit. So maybe you have to look at, what are your productivity patterns, and maybe shifting a little bit to focusing more on a work-life balance or planning method that works best for you. Whether that means like maybe planning in the day with like a morning basket routine. I got a video on that. Or maybe having it like you plan in the evening, you have a nighttime routine. And whatever your planning style is, reflect on the systems that you used this year and whether you want to continue bringing them into the next year, so 2025. Next recommendation for you is setting goals for 2025. I love setting goals. I'm a goal setter, and whatever I want to accomplish, I always make sure that I pray upon it and make sure I set goals, realistic goals, so that I can achieve it. There's something about achieving a goal that just makes you feel so good. So I like to make sure that I have clear goals set aside for myself for things like my personal life, my business life, my financial life, my school life, just life in general, and making sure that, again, I have a good overall picture of how my life is running so that I have some semblance of a work-life balance, because that is really important to me. And so when it comes to setting up goals, you really want to look at some long-term goals that you have. So what do you want to accomplish throughout the course of 2025? Is it maybe a renovation? Is it a particular accomplishment that you want to achieve? Is it maybe doing something, an experience? Whatever the case is, really look at how you want to achieve those goals and maybe putting together a plan of actions for accomplishing those long-term goals. The next one is breaking them down. So instead of, like taking that big goal and not really understanding it, chunk it down a little bit. I love breaking things down and attacking it in manageable bits and pieces so that it works for me. Typically, like if I try to, if I have a long-term goal and I don't do the little steps to accomplish it, it totally throws me off loop and I end up not achieving that goal. So I've learned over the years that small little bits and pieces of progress towards a long-term goal is always a recipe for success. Next up, and probably one of the most important things that we don't really talk about, but I've mentioned a couple times on my channel, is choosing the right planner format for you. Now, I have made this mistake because of FOMO, because of getting caught up, because of just being, me and somebody who likes to enjoy different planners and different experiences, etc. I have purchased planners that have been the wrong fit for me and the wrong format. It doesn't work with my lifestyle. Not all planners are created equal. And so it really depends the right format that's going to enhance your productivity, that's going to make sure that you accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish and the things that you want to do throughout the course of your days, your weeks, your months, and the year. So, for me, it really depends on, kind of figuring out what planning systems work for you. Are you a paper planner? Do you like a physical paper planner? Or are you somebody who prefers a digital format? And digital planning is a whole different thing. It could be something as simple as a Skylight management system. It could be Google Classroom. It could be Trello. It could be Notion. It could be any type of digital format. If that works best for you and your family, then honey, rock it, okay? But if you're old school and you like the paper and pen way and having decorations and planner to motivate you to get things accomplished, then work with that too, honey. It's whatever you decide. Choose the right format for you so that you can be on the road to success with your planning for 2025. My next recommendation is setting up a planning routine. Now, with planning and having a regular schedule, it's really going to make things easier to integrate planning into your daily, weekly, and even monthly life when it comes to that everyday planning. Like, planning shouldn't be a grind. Planning should be something that you do to set yourself up for success. And for me, I love planning, and it brings me calm and it brings me peace. And I love the process of planning out something and, kind of sitting down and like taking the chunks and looking at it and thinking about the future and things like that. I love doing that stuff. And so that's why planning is kind of my calm space. But for you, like, it could be something totally different. So when it comes to setting up a planning routine, for me, I tend to do most of my planning in the evening because, like I said, it calms me down. And so I find that when I can put things on paper, when I can take it from my head and put it on paper, it provides a very calming experience, and it just works for me. But you can find what works for you and roll with it. And whether it is like doing a daily planning where you are choosing a specific time of day to plan, or you are doing it where you're reviewing the tasks as you accomplish them and looking at your planner that way and kind of checking things off as you go, there's no right or wrong way. It's just whatever you decide to do. Weekly planning too. Some people like to weekly plan. So I've done a Sunday reset video where back in last year, I used to do weekly planning where I would sit down every Sunday and just kind of go through everything, make sure I had the week all ready to go. And I would use my weekly planner to kind of plan things out and see kind of the week ahead, like a week at a glance. And that worked at the time too. Although when things kind of got busier, I kind of needed more daily planning to see what I was doing day to day. And then there's monthly planning where you can do a monthly check-in and kind of have an overall look at your monthly planner to see kind of what's coming up, what's going on, what you have to do, and kind of, make sure that you're accomplishing things that way. Whatever works for you, that's all that matters, right? One thing that a recommendation that I have that we don't really talk about in planning, in the planning world, is decluttering and organizing our spaces, our homes, where we plan. It's one thing to have a really good planner system, but it's another to have a really good space in which to plan in. And, a lot of people tend to kind of go into the new year with the mindset of a refresh, maybe decluttering or organizing something, et cetera, et cetera. And it is such a great way to reset your mindset and to reset how you do things. So my office, I just did a budget office tour not too long ago, and my office is working great. It's functioning well for me. And what I had to do was I had to strip and declutter all the junk, all the old planners, all the things I wasn't using, old stickers that no longer served me. And I even had like the sticker backings still lying around. I had to get rid of that. Old pens that have died, markers that are dried up, all those things, I cleared it out and decluttered it so that as I'm approaching into the end of the year and into this new year, I'm approaching it with a fresh, clean space. declutter all the things you don't use. Even if you spent the money on it because of FOMO, it doesn't matter. If you're not using it, it's taking up space. So feel free to get rid, declutter, remove all those things that are not serving you so that you can make room for the things that are serving you. And so that you have a nice, calm, quiet space and a decluttered space for you to plan your best life in 2025. And lastly, the last thing I want to talk about, the last recommendation I want to talk about is, I talked about the out with the old. Now it's time to bring in new things to inspire you. So when preparing for 2025, now is the time to get those new supplies and tools to help you plan more effectively. So whether that is new pens because your old ones dried up, maybe a ruler, like a nice steel ruler so that you can make lines in your bullet journal or in your planner, maybe some new stickers. Maybe you want to treat yourself to some new stickers if they're on sale and enjoy that way. Maybe it's new highlighters or markers or, well, however you plan, maybe now is a good time to start kind of restocking your supplies with fresh new things. In addition to a nice new planner, it's nice to have maybe a new fountain pen or a new eraser or a new pencil set or something to go along with your planning, because your mind is just used to like something new, and just starting the new year off with some new supplies kind of helps too, especially if it fits in your budget. I mean, if it's not in the budget, don't worry about new markers or highlighters. Those can wait. But if it's in your new budget and you want to treat yourself and you want to get inspired to plan, definitely upgrade your supplies and think about things like stickers and tabs and washi tape. If you use those items and you need a refresh, this would be a great time to do that. It will add some inspiration, it will add some fun and creativity, and it will just allow you to, again, enjoy and appreciate a new year and a new opportunity to try something new and to have fun with your planning. So there you have it, my friends. Those are some recommendations for preparing for the 2025 planner season. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find it helpful. I always say, just do you. When it comes to planning, like I said, there's no one size fits all to it. It's all about trial and error and having fun along the way. And, for me, I use planning as a way to stay calm and to have peace in my life. And it's just something that I've enjoyed for so long. And I love sharing this passion and joy with you. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, wherever it is on the screen, to be a part of the Calm Fam. And I would love to know, what are your plans? What are your planner plans for this upcoming 2025 season? I would love to know if you care to share in the comments down below. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I would love to have you there on Instagram and on TikTok, where we can share our love of planning there. I would love to have you, and let me know that you're following so I can follow you along back. So thank you so much for watching, my friends. And until next time, take care, be well, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next planner video. Bye-bye, planner peeps.